Hello there and welcome to Owl Diary number 33. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Ryan here from Owl Adventures, and the Owl Diary is a weekly vlog, a chance for me to keep you up to date with everything that's been going on, the various shenanigans we're getting up to, and we find ourselves here in November, autumn, deep autumn, early winter, however you want to call it, in full swing. Behind me we have my three largest owls, Henrietta, and there's Eva sort of in the middle there, and the right at the back is Ollie, all three of them making noise, either hooting or whatever they call that other noise, that kind of a grunted, not really a screech, I don't know what to call it, really, a chirp if you like. I have just fed them. In fact, I think Ollie's still got some chicken in his beak there, and essentially they're asking for more food, but they're still at flying weight, we're still finding them free, so they can just go and be quiet now because they've eaten enough for one day. But they are here in my new back garden. This is their first day here in their new location, and I'm pleased to say the move has begun of moving my birds. Those who've been watching the channel recently will know that I have moved my birds. I'm beginning to move my birds and my exotic animals to this new location where I'm living. Oh, there's Ollie going for a jump about. That's called baiting, technical term there. He's back on his perch now. Excuse me, I'm trying to broadcast here. And this is the first time they've been here, and they seem to be enjoying it. Yeah, there's plenty of space here. Lots of room for the aviaries and the birds to sit on perches. Yes, I've got a fantastic big rear end. So it's going well. Really good progress. Now, on this channel we do the Owl Diary every week, but we also have what we call our standalone videos. Now they're much harder to produce, they take more time because they have more research involved, we have to prepare them, there's filming what we're doing, which sometimes can take some time, especially if you're flying birds and you're trying to get the right shots, and lots more editing as well. So they're not as frequent as the Owl Diary, but we have got some new ones in production right now, some really interesting ideas, and they also come with a new and hopefully improved intro video, which looks a bit like this. So the idea with that video is to kind of show just very quickly some little glimpses of certain things you can expect on the channel, from me talking about birds of prey to us flying birds of prey and lots of other different things as well. So new videos on the way, keep an eye on the channel for that. Now, in the news recently, wasn't particularly big in the news, but there was news of an owl that was discovered in Ghana in Africa, and it's the first time it's been spotted in over 150 years. It's the Shelley's eagle owl, it's a very large species of eagle owl, not as big as a European like the one sat behind me here, but still a reasonable sized bird, believed to be extinct. And this actually isn't quite as uncommon as you think. It is true that now and then people discover certain frogs or birds or other animals that were believed to be extinct, and let's face it, it's not that easy to always know if something is extinct or not, especially if they're in very, very low number. It's hard to spot them, even if you're searching for days and days and weeks and months on end and don't find these particular animals. Doesn't necessarily mean there aren't any left in the world, but it is a long time for such an owl to go unnoticed. So that's some really good news, I have to say. Now also, if you're a regular viewer, you'd know we've had for the last 18 or so Owl Diaries something called the Falconry Term of the Week, and I did say last week that I'd replace it with something else, and I've thought of a great idea, something that will have lots of longevity with, simply because it's kind of an endless idea. And simply enough, we get asked all kinds of questions by different people on displays. School visits are a good one. We do school visits. Children ask sometimes the best questions ever. For example, I once was asked by a child in a school if owls are good at reverse parking. Now, I was quite dumbfounded by that question, but after a few minutes, myself and the teacher present worked out that what they were referring to was the fact that owls can rotate their head around to a maximum of about 270 degrees each way, and this, of course, would, in our circumstances of parking in difficult spots, make life much easier. So, therefore, I'd like to present to you the new weekly feature, which we're going to call the Random Question of the Week. The Random Question of the Week. So, the first question actually came from a young lady a few weeks ago, and the question is, do owls yawn? Well, the simple answer is yes, they do. Not that often, it's quite a rare thing, but when they do, they open their mouths, or their beaks rather, very wide, and you can see straight down their throat. In fact, this photograph was taken of one of our great grey owls a few years back, a young juvenile there in mid-yawn, and as you can see, it's quite a spectacular view. But owls will yawn just for the same reason that humans do, only maybe a little less often. Sometimes when they're tired, and perhaps they want to stretch their mouths, their muscles around the beak, it just feels good, I suppose. So yes, owls do yawn, and you're very lucky if you spot one doing so. Usually, if they're opening up their beaks, they're regurgitating a pellet, which is far more gruesome. So at the moment, these owls are here in the garden, but most of them are still living back at the original location. I'm going up there, of course, every day to clean and feed and do what's needed, but whilst I'm there, I'm taking back materials as we begin to break down the aviaries and fill up the car with all the perches and boxes and utilities and other resources that we have. It's, as you can imagine, there's a lot of stuff to bring back. But hopefully, by around early December, it will be all done, and I'll be delighted to give you a tour around of the aviaries and their new home once they are completed. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this week's Owl Diary. Thank you for watching as always. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help us out. And look out for those new videos coming up very soon. Some rather exciting ideas we're going to give a try. Bye for now.